friends and my Christian friends. It's so nice to be around warm company today. I'm here to not only represent the pro-Israel advocacy on campus, I'm also here to represent hundreds of millions of evangelical Christians who love and support the nation of Israel and the Jewish people. I want to tell you about a few of my friends who are among this group. The first of my friends are George and Cheryl Morrison. They're pastors of an evangelical church right outside of Denver. I was just there this week. And this church was pro-Israel before any other church in the United States was pro-Israel. They helped John Hagee give his first night to honor Israel. His first one. What I love about going to Faith Bible Chapel in Arvada, Colorado, is the stones that they used to build their church, they purchased and shipped from Jerusalem. They spent twice what they needed to build their church, to make sure that the stones and the foundation of the place where they meet to worship was from the apple of God's eye, from Jerusalem, from the place He put His name. That's how much they love and support the people of Israel. I have another friend named Scott. Scott has been a missionary for 28 years. He's planted several churches throughout Western Europe, and his most recent church was in Scotland. In every church that he planted, the first thing that he taught his congregants was that we Christians around the world support the nation of Israel. So he decided to have a night to honor Israel. He had bomb threats. They threatened to shut him down. They said his church would not exist. They said they'd kill the people, but they had it anyway. That was 5 years ago, and they just had their 5th one last week. They needed on a building to show their just complete resolve to support a people, to support a land halfway across the world. Scott and George and Cheryl are much like me, and it's simply because they believe the Bible to be true. I believe the Bible to be true. And I believe it to be true when it says in Genesis chapter 35, when God says, "Your name is Jacob, your name shall not anymore be called Jacob, but Israel shall be your name. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to you will I give it, and to your seed after you will I give the land." I submit to you, I, Akaya Lee, support Israel because I am a Christian. I believe the Bible when it says in Psalm chapter 94, "For the Lord will not reject His people. He will never forsake His inheritance." I said I'm a Christian. I support Israel because I am a Christian. The Bible says in Isaiah chapter 62, "I have set watchmen upon your walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night." Are you a watchman today? You that make mention of the Lord, don't keep silent and give Him no rest until He established, till He made Jerusalem a praise in the earth. I support Israel because I'm a Christian. Comfort ye my people. Speak comfortably to Jerusalem. Cry to her that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned. Will you do that today? I support Israel because I'm a Christian. "You shall arise and have mercy," it says in Psalm 102, "for mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her. Oh, the set time has come." I said I support Israel because I am a Christian. The Bible says in Matthew chapter 25, "Assuredly I say to you," Christians, we call this one Jesus. This is what He said about the Jewish people. "Inasmuch as you do it to one of these my brethren, you've done it unto me." I support Israel because I am a Christian. And last but not least, I know you've heard this one so many times. In Genesis chapter 12, "I will bless them that bless you. I will curse him that curses you, and in you shall all families of the earth be blessed." But let me tell something to my Jewish friends. A good Christian, a real Christian, doesn't support you for what they can get out of it. They don't support you because it says here we can be blessed. We simply support I realize that being a pro-Israel advocate makes over 90% of the world my enemy, but I support Israel because it's the right thing to do, because I believe the Bible to be true, because I believe there is a God in heaven, I believe he is alive today, and I believe he put his name in the Jewish people, in the natural descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I believe he put his name in the land of Jerusalem, and I will not keep silent till he makes our praise deserved. Please allow me, this is to my Jewish friends, on behalf of the great state of Arkansas, on behalf of evangelical Christians all over the world, I want to sincerely thank you. I realize it can't be incredibly comfortable to be called God's chosen people and have targets on your back all the time. It can't be incredibly comfortable. And it's going to be even more uncomfortable for your friend and evangelical Christians to be the most crazy people on the face of the earth. But let me sincerely thank you for the Torah. I want to thank you for preserving.
I gave it to us. We just spread it out.
Thank you for Noah. Thank you. Thank you for Abraham. I'm just reading through Genesis this week, and I'm always so captured the beauty and what God has put in these great men that have followed us. Thank you for the tribes of Israel. Thank you for the miracles to come out of Egypt. Thank you for that. Thank you for our whole Bible. Thank you for Daniel and his bravery. Thank you for that. Thank you for Gideon. Thank you for being human enough to write their faults down so we don't feel so odd. I want to say thank you for David. I love how he said when he went out to face Goliath, is there not a cause? I often feel like I'm fighting a Goliath in what I do. Thank you for recording that so I can have encouragement. Thank you for writing the wisdom of King Solomon, so I always have something to turn to when I'm not sure what to do. Thank you for the Psalms of David, so I can read the emotional experience of someone who had a heart after God's own heart. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. You might say, well, I didn't write it down, but you've owned it enough to be here today, and I appreciate that sincerely. And many of us do. You know, Christians, you who are in here, let me ask you, what percentage of the Bible would we have if it wasn't for Jewish contribution? Would we have any at all? How would a pastor write a sermon? Who would we worship? Would we even be here? No, everything that we have, everything we owe to the Jewish people. And so thank you, thank you, thank you for that. In getting ready for today, I couldn't help but think on the airplane flying out to Boston about someone in the Bible who I think all of us Christians can deeply relate to in our relationship with our Jewish friends. It's an annoying woman named Ruth. Naomi couldn't get rid of Ruth when she begged her to. She said, please go away, go to your people and let me go back to mine. But Ruth said, oh no, I'm not letting you go. And I love what she said. She said, entreat Christians do it. It's icing on the cake that it's the good political move. That's icing on the cake. We love it that Israel's our greatest ally. We love that it's a great social move. It's just awesome. We love the fact that it's a neat thing socially to support the nation of Israel. But if all the icing goes away, if one day it's not the political cool thing to do, because politics change day and night, if one day it's not the social thing to do, if one day it's not the human rights thing to do, because some people make that case, rest assured, we weren't here because of that anyway. We're here because of the Bible. We believe the Bible to be true. We believe it to be the right thing to be true. And we believe that the Word of our God endures forever. The Word of our God endures to all generations, I believe it says in the Psalms. And that's to a froward generation, it's to a crooked generation, it's to a good generation, it's to a liberal generation or a conservative generation. It's to your generation and to my generation. To all generations past and every generation to come, the Word of our God shall stand. It will always stand. And we will be here to support you no matter what. And I'd just like to close with these words that I love. I'll proceed that by saying this. Unfortunately, there are those who call themselves Christians who really aren't. There are those who call themselves Christians who have taken this theology on called replacement theology. Replacement theology is an evil lie that says the Christian church has replaced Israel. Jewish friends, if someone comes to you and they say that, put your hand up in their face and walk away. They're not worth the air you breathe. I'm telling you that right now. Just walk away. To my Christian friends, when you talk to a replacement theologian, simply say these words out of Romans chapter 11, where Paul says, I say then, has God cast away his people? And the answer